Derek Carr, Vince Wilfork, all good with McDaniels. McDaniels be doing coke. Hunter Renfrow needs the ball. He's a God-fearing man. Make Carl Nassib a starter or else, and I'm not gay. Get McDaniels the out of there. Oh, y'all don't know what Josh McDaniels really did to Aaron Hernandez? Oh. McDaniels had my stepdaughter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chandler Jones saga has culminated in his arrest. Raiders owner Mark Davis and head coach Josh McDaniels have been the target of wild accusations by Chandler Jones, which feature unsupported criminal allegations involving drugs, sex, and death. And Chandler Jones denies he's dealing with a mental health crisis, but his posts and live streams feature odd behavior, from lighting things on fire and discussing time travel. Jones was arrested after a social media post on Thursday for violating a protective order, otherwise known as a restraining order. It appears that he visited someone with this order in place, triggering his arrest. Jones has since been released from Clark County Jail. It's noteworthy that he has claimed he was taken in by the Las Vegas Fire Department to a mental health hospital last week. And what's so strange about this is that prior to last night, neither the fire department or police department had a file on him, per The Athletic. And the Raiders, who have previously said nothing about Chandler Jones, saying it's a personal matter, have finally broken their silence about this situation. And even though the Raiders are wishing Chandler Jones well, it is very odd, especially after all these allegations, we're going to show you that he is still on the team. We're going to dive into what Chandler Jones has said prior to being arrested. From outlandish accusations to truly, if we're going to be real, hilarious moments, man. Let's get right into this. Subscribe for more content. Okay, and Chandler Jones live gets absolutely wild, but there are some moments that were quite funny, and I think a lot of Raider Nation resonates with some of the statements.
He's not getting the ball. He needs the ball. Hunter Renfrow needs the ball. He's a God-fearing man. For all you Christian fighters out there, fight for Hunter Renfrow. For y'all, listen, and everybody don't know this.
He made a tweet saying to protect Hunter Renfrow or else, and he even had Hunter Renfrow's jersey in the trash, but he was saying it's no disrespect to Hunter Renfrow. He's trying to make a statement here.
Protect Hunter Renfrow, brand new jersey. Matter of fact, let me not disrespect Hunter. I wanted to blow away though. Y'all see it.
And apparently he has nothing against Devontae Adams, but he does like Hunter Renfrow a lot.
Stop bringing up Devontae Adams. Stop bringing up names. Hunter Renfrow. Where Hunter Renfrow at? Where Hunter Renfrow at? That's my nigga. Nothing against Tay, but Hunter Renfrow gave me good vibes. Hunter Renfrow give me good vibes. Hunter Renfrow give me good vibes. I wish I was on the Raiders right now, but they got me doing this instead of playing.
What's so insane is he talked about Hunter Renfrow, and from his perspective, he could tell that, the problems are weighing on Renfrow. Talked about him gaining weight. Whoa.
Hunter Renfrow's already, my boy Isaiah said, Hunter Renfrow already protected. I know Hunter Renfrow is a man. He's a God-fearing man. He loves Christian songs. When I sing Christian songs in the intercom at the job, he loves it. So my God telling me, protect Hunter Renfrow, protect him from whatever he's going through at that facility. Because when I see him gaining weight and all of that and not saying nothing, hair grows hair out, people have their own ways to kind of tell. It's not dry snitching, but some people can't think when their brain is scrambled. Hunter Renfrow brain is scrambled. He's not getting the ball. He needs the ball.
And Chandler Jones does say a lot of weird stuff, and it is kind of odd that he is singling out Hunter Renfrow, but at least we can agree on something that, yes, this guy needs the ball more. Chandler Jones also wanted to stick up for a former Raider, and that is Carl Nassib.
Carl Nassib like that. Carl Nassib, put Carl Nassib back in the NFL. Put Carl Nassib back in the NFL or else. Make Carl Nassib a starter or else, and I'm not gay. But Carl Nassib can play. Put Carl Nassib back in the NFL or else. Let him start. Let Carl Nassib start or else. LGBTQ. Put Carl Nassib back in the NFL or else. Michael Sam. I'm speaking for him. I don't give a fuck. Lowlifes. I'm not gay. Michael Sam, Carl Nassib, put him back in the NFL or else. Yeah, Michael Sam. I said it. Laugh all you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm speaking for them.
In case some of you do not know, Carl Nassib was a defensive end for the Raiders in 2021 who came out as gay and was one of the only players to come out gay, in addition to Michael Sam, who was drafted by the Rams. The or else aspect of this by Chandler Jones is in light of him sort of making demands of the Raiders. You saw tweets posted weeks ago where he says he has a secret about the Raiders owner Mark Davis. He also claims to know a lot of information about the Raiders and has said that they better let him play or else he's going to reveal these secrets. And now it looks like he has other demands, which is getting rid for the football and freeing Carl Nassib.
I'm not gay. Michael Sam, Carl Nassib, put him back in the NFL or else.
And in these videos, Chandler Jones is talking to the live chat, and they do have some interesting comments at times. Most of the time they ask lame questions like, what do you like to eat? But they asked him about former Raiders head coach Jon Gruden, and Chandler Jones had a lot to say.
Jon Gruden lives in Deuce Gruden. Jon Gruden right in our weight room. Jon Gruden right in our weight room. We don't got to bring him back. He might have said them emails, he might not, I don't know.
Deuce Gruden, Jon Gruden's son, still works for the Raiders as a strength coach, and that's who Chandler Jones is talking about.
But Jon Gruden lives right in Deuce. Deuce Gruden, number 2. Deuce means 2, Illuminati. That means he can body jump. Jon Gruden right in the weight room. Jon Gruden is right in the weight room. Hey, Black, that's okay. Jon Gruden is right in the weight room. He could see, he's a spy right in there every day. He could see what's going on. We don't need to hire him. I fuck with him. Deuce my guy. Deuce, you know you my guy. Panda, panda, panda.
But that is an interesting thing that Chandler Jones brings up, the fact that Jon Gruden's eyes and ears are kind of always in the Raiders building via his son, Deuce Gruden. Maybe Chandler Jones is right and Jon Gruden never stopped spying on the Raiders. And of course, whenever an NFL player is going through some things, being outlandish on social media, they always somehow connect with one man, one former NFL player, and that is Antonio Brown. And Chandler Jones has made references to Antonio Brown, to Kanye West, and to his live chat, he even said, "Call me AB, say that I'm crazy, I don't care."
AB or not, call me AB, call me Kanye, I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. Call me crazy, call me CTE, y'all bots, y'all all bots. Okay, this for the real people. I'm gonna start reading the comments. For the real people.
Jones made reference to CTE, saying it's just a label that the media slaps on players to invalidate them.
Stop asking me about Tyree and all this other shit. Explain, there's no CTE. CTE is not real. That's what they put in the media to make niggas think, oh, I'm going crazy. I am not going crazy. Like somebody just said, Chandler, we know you are not crazy. My favorite food is lasagna. I like Italian food. I'm on this bitch all day.
And apparently, we are going to get the CTE podcast between Antonio Brown and Chandler Jones. Jones was reaching out to Antonio Brown via Twitter, via X. Antonio Brown was responding. And Antonio Brown apparently claims that he's going to mend the gap between Chandler Jones and the Raiders. And he makes this weird joke saying that we're going to get him back on Squid Game. And there was a lot of this kind of analogy of Squid Games and the NFL, almost making it sound like the players are the contestants in Squid Game while the owners are sitting there watching. And he even saw a post later of them FaceTiming each other and talking. Who knows what's going to happen? But if this podcast comes out, I know everybody in the NFL world is going to be watching. Before we get into some of the wild allegations that Chandler Jones made, I just want to make this point that he did seem off in these videos. He was doing a lot of weird things, saying a lot of crazy things.
What's up, everybody? I just wanted to let you know I was in good spirits. That was me on Twitter. It's been me. Very sane. Just trying to play for the Raiders, man. So any kind of bad thoughts that he had, we're gonna clean them vibes out. We're gonna clean them vibes out. We're gonna clean them vibes out. Let's clean the vibes, Black. Let's clean the vibes, Black. Let's clean the vibes, Black. No more bad vibes. No more bad vibes.
And then he started making some odd tweets, called Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels slave masters.
At first, as I'm kind of going through this shit, as I'm going through these dimensions, like, it's making me turn against my own people. And that's what they want to do. They want to make civil war. They try to see the white man. I'm not trying to make this about race, but the slave masters, they make civil wars. They make everybody turn against each other. So that's what I've been going through. But everybody know if a slave master said, we know where your heart is, we know what that means. He gonna tell me that in the locker room.
And he responded to somebody who brought this up on Twitter. And he doubled down and said not only are they slave masters, but they also have little dicks and use mind control on players.
You know, me and Max, we've had a relationship for a while, even before we became teammates. You know, I've been mentoring Max for a while now. We have a relationship where we almost talk almost every day or every other day. We talk a good amount.
Speaking of players, Chandler Jones also said some nasty things about Max Crosby on Twitter. And it seems like he's implying that some of these slave masters have gotten to Max Crosby. They even have him with this pyramid on his back as some sort of sign. But Crosby has stated multiple times that it's the AA symbol because he's proud of being in recovery. But Chandler Jones made some more claims about Crosby, saying that he doesn't know what he had to do, but he better not hurt his family, and that he came to Vegas to try to free Max Crosby. This sort of explains why he unfollowed Max Crosby several weeks back, but it all does sound very confused. And it got even more confusing when Chandler Jones dipped into politics a little bit.
So the drugs that the government putting in y'all, the drugs that Mark Davis is putting in y'all and Joe Biden putting in y'all, it's got y'all scared to do shit like, oh, Vegas is wrong. Obama and Jesus Christ give me my drug, food, water. It's just water. But I sit there and watch the news. I watch the news. And I'm like, yo, these are all fake stories. So when I heard Donald Trump say fake news, I'm like, yeah, y'all making him sound crazy, but I relate to Donald Trump. What the f?
And he even tweeted "Make America Great Again" on social media. So he likes Trump, likes Obama, but doesn't like Biden. He also made some other weird claims about time traveling, even got into it with his neighbor.
Because, you know, Bill, white people time travel. The billionaires be dipping off and disappearing, but they be time traveling. Believe it. Oh, you know, no, so you don't gotta say sorry. You just gave me dirty looks the other day, so I just want to let you know I come in peace, but we can have some gumbo if you want. And when the strippers come over here, when the strippers come to my shit and sit in these chairs, all they bad vibes gone.
He just did a lot of things that makes it seem like he's not okay. We wanted to just highlight some of those wild antics before we get into the more crazier allegations that Chandler Jones makes. He doesn't only talk about Raiders owner Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels, he also talks about the Patriots. He was with the New England Patriots, and he talked about Robert Kraft and how Robert Kraft is scared of him.
Mr. Kraft tried to end me for real, but found out I was I'm not gonna talk about that. Mr. Kraft scared of me, but I fuck with you, Mr. Kraft. You put me on your private jet. You had me on there and took me to the White House. So you spared me, but you took me to the White House on a private jet. Somebody, hey Gronk, tell him about the private. Julian Edelman, tell him about the private jet. Me, Julian Edelman, Gronk, Devin McCourty, Gerard Mayo. Oh, Matthew Slater. Listen to the song Middle of the Ocean. Listen to the song Middle of the Ocean by Drake. He'll tell you everything you need to know.
I don't know what this jet has to do with anything, but Chandler Jones said more specific things about his time with the Patriots, mainly the synthetic weed incident where he flipped out, went to a police station partially naked. He gave some clarity on that, saying it's fake news.
Well, y'all making me sniff. I don't do no drugs. I smoked a little weed before, but I've never done no white drugs a day in my life. I've never taken a Percocet. Well, maybe after surgery, but I don't like how that makes me feel. I've never sniffed nothing up my nose. I've never did no white pills. I've never taken Molly. I don't know how that shit's supposed to make you feel. I don't know. I've never taken it. I put that on my life. I've never done anything like that. Weed? Yeah. That's what had me in Foxborough. Remember when I got naked in Foxborough? That was fake news. Stacey James, the head of the media for the Patriots. Stacey James, after I had that episode, the shirtless episode, what happened? Somebody laced my drugs. Somebody laced my weed, not drugs. The weed that I had, somebody laced it and had me run into the Foxborough police station naked, they said. I had clothes on, I had pants on, I had no shirt on, that was it. But the media said naked. This is when I found out the media was controlled. This nigga Stacey James, after I had that little episode of me running to the cops, and everybody talk about, oh, you hit synthetic marijuana, oh, Chandler Jones did this, all these stories. Chris Carter, I remember Chris Carter, that cone-ass, Uncle Tom-ass Chris Carter with the thick-ass eyebrows, Larry Fitzgerald's boy. Well, after I met with Stacey James, and that shit happened, Stacey James came up to me and met with me in a dark-ass room. met with me in a dark ass room and told me to say, he gave me an option. He didn't say like, he didn't ask me what happened that night or what happened about you going to the police station. He said, you either took synthetic weed. He said, you either took synthetic marijuana or you sniffed coke, and then start doing this to me. I swear to you, I put this on my kid, bro. I put this on my kid. The nigga took me into a dark room. Stacey James took me into a dark room and gave me the option after that. After that happened, he gave me an option. I didn't tell him what happened. I never told the Patriots what happened to me when I got butt naked and showed up at a police station. Stacey James took me into a dark room and said, you either took synthetic marijuana or you sniffed coke. And then he did like this face that I just knew. My body just knew what it meant, like, you better not say nothing. And I made the option. I said, I opened my mouth. I was scared of whatever drugs they had me on or whatever I ate, I had poison, whatever they had me on, made me say, okay, synthetic marijuana. So when I sat there and watched the news for my whole life, my whole 33 years of life, I sat there and watched the news and watched people lie, Chris Carter and all of them. I don't know if it was AI or they bots, or I don't know if it's really them, but it made me feel hatred toward them.
Keep in mind, former Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez allegedly smoked synthetic marijuana before taking his own life in jail. We know the synthetic weed is a common practice among football players, people in the military, people who can't legally smoke weed due to their job. But the big thing he said about Robert Kraft is that the last time he saw him, it looked like Robert Kraft wanted to cry.
So, damn, somebody in the Patriots, they dirty over there. I hope it's not Robert Kraft. But the last time I saw Robert Kraft, he looked like he was crying. Like when he saw me, he wanted to cry. When I last saw Robert Kraft, he looked like he was wanting to cry when he saw me. And it scared me. Why would somebody so powerful look like they want to cry? He Robert Kraft, I'm just a rookie. When they get rid of me, I'm sitting there drinking the water. I don't know if he was trying to tell me not to drink the water or what, but he looked at me and wanted to cry, Robert Kraft.
And while Chandler Jones has a tense relationship with Robert Kraft, he still likes Bill Belichick and wants you all to protect Bill Belichick.
Why did Robert Kraft cry when he see me? I said that to Bill Belichick. What's up, Linda Holiday? I love you. No disrespect, Linda Holiday, she know. I went to Bill Belichick. I said, Bill, why everybody crying when they see me? He looked at me and smiled. Bill Belichick did. He's the only one that's not crying. What the fuck? What does he know that I don't know? Bill Belichick. And you know what Bill said? You know what Bill said to me? William? But guess what Bill said to me? Guess what Bill said to me? He smiled and said, Chandler, they don't know. They don't know. Y'all make sure y'all respect Bill, put respect on his name, protect Bill Belichick, protect his family, everybody he connected to.
First, we want to say all of these claims are unsupported. They could be completely made up. Chandler Jones could be crazy, but this is what he said, and we're going to tell you exactly what he said and show you what he said. And I do not endorse anything that he is saying. I am just literally reporting what happened. And I find this interesting that Chandler Jones has repeated a lot of these claims multiple times about Mark Davis. He claimed before a few weeks ago that he has a secret about Mark Davis that only he knows. He claimed to be fostering somebody's kid and that he does not technically have kids. And he claimed he found out something that was done to this little girl, and that is why he was not allowed in the building.
I had to think, where am I going to live next year? Where am I going to play next year? I have a 3-year-old, and what's the next move?
He said something about his goddaughter being touched and that he's fostering this kid, and Mark Davis didn't know that he's fostering this kid and that he doesn't really have kids and it's a important man's kid. And now on video, he's saying he wants to expose Mark Davis and doesn't like how Mark Davis approached him once he told Mark Davis he was injured last year.
Oh, let me tell you about Mark Davis. So when I got hurt last year, when I hurt my elbow, right? And I told Mark Davis in the locker room, I'm like, I really want to play for you. I really want to play. Like, I'm hurt, but I can't practice right now. I can't play because I got hurt the Pittsburgh game. I hurt my elbow the Pittsburgh game. This nigga Mark Davis gonna come up to me in the locker room wearing all white, cokehead ass nigga, thinking he godly. I'm God. Stop, don't stop me. My dog trying to stop me. This nigga come up to me in all white talking about something, we know where your heart is. So I get what that mean when you say we know where your heart is. That basically mean like, Mark Davis is a Russian, he ain't ISIS. Listen, Mark Davis gonna say, we know where your heart is. So he was kind of trying to say like, oh, like I know you mean well by not playing, I know you hurt.
But even though Jones's attention a few weeks ago was centered around Mark Davis, claiming Mark Davis was not letting him play, in these videos, he said very little about him and mainly focused on Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels.
McDaniels, bro, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about that with y'all. That Coke boy, baby. Derek Carr, Vince Wilfork, all good with McDaniels. McDaniels be doing Coke.
He made several references to McDaniels liking the white stuff, and that's maybe why he touches the nose a little bit. I just want to make this clear before we go in that I do not endorse anything that Chandler Jones is saying, and this is all unsupported, unsubstantiated claims about head coach Josh McDaniels.
Hey, y'all interview me like I'm McDaniels at the podium. McDaniels get up. I'm still trying to play. I want to be a Raiders for my whole life. I'm living here. I'm going to move here. Yeah, it's your boy Chan Jones. Get McDaniels the fuck out of there.
And if some Raiders fans want McDaniels' emails to be released, Chandler Jones says it's just going to be text messages if that happens. And apparently he's holding off on exposing Josh McDaniels because he's leaving the door open to still play. But Chandler Jones calls upon the beat reporters for the Raiders here and says for them to ask Josh McDaniels if he would still be open to Chandler Jones playing, and that his answer will reveal a lot and should tell us a lot about this situation. So Jones is implying that even after all these crazy claims, some of which we have not even told you yet, we're going to get into it, if after all these claims Josh McDaniels is still open to Chandler Jones coming back, that must say a lot, according to Jones. And if these next allegations do not get Chandler Jones immediately released, I don't know what else could. We mentioned those tweets about a girl that he made a few weeks ago. Well, he doubled down again on video, saying Josh McDaniels did something to his baby mama and had someone do something to his stepdaughter.
I think McDaniels had them niggas fucking my baby mama and they scared of me. McDaniels had them niggas fucking Sahara, doing something to Sahar Samad. McDaniels had them doing something to her. And that's why all the niggas on the team scared of me. I don't want y'all niggas to be scared of me. I don't. But if y'all niggas was being malicious towards my baby mama, she gonna have to handle that. Cause she powerful now. McDaniels had my baby mama and my stepdaughter. McDaniels had my stepdaughter. That's why I went crazy. I didn't even go crazy. I wore a hoodie one day like a Muslim.
Hopefully this guy is just completely losing it and all of this is 100% false. It's unsubstantiated. It's unsupported. It's just him randomly saying this through video on the internet. But these are very serious allegations, and the fact that he's out there saying this, even if he is not mentally well, the Raiders need to put a stop to this, especially if it's 100% false. And what he says next is somehow even worse than that claim. He brought up Aaron Hernandez at the end of his first live stream, and he made a claim about Josh McDaniels somehow connecting him to Aaron Hernandez's death.
Or Aaron Hernandez. Oh, y'all don't know what Josh McDaniels really did to Aaron Hernandez? Wait, they don't know what happened with Aaron Hernandez and Josh McDaniels. All right, y'all talk to me right now, because I'll go on a podcast about that. If y'all don't know what really happened with Aaron Hernandez, y'all thought Aaron Hernandez killed himself in jail? Y'all thought Chico killed himself in jail? Y'all thought my nigga Chico killed himself in jail? Oh.
And he made another claim on Twitter saying that McDaniels, ended Aaron Hernandez at an industrial park. This is making reference to the industrial park in which Odin Lloyd's body was found. This is the victim of a case between Aaron Hernandez ending the life of Odin Lloyd. Aaron Hernandez was sentenced to jail for this. He was acquitted on a different murder charge for 2 individuals, but the Odin Lloyd case, Aaron Hernandez was spending jail time for that. His lawyer was trying to appeal, and then Aaron Hernandez ended his life before he was acquitted. And there's been lots of speculation about why Aaron Hernandez ended his life. Did he do it to try to get his fiance just some of his NFL pension? And there's other people like Aaron Hernandez's agent the CEO of Athletics First, who says that he does not believe that Aaron Hernandez would have ended his own life. And then even Aaron Hernandez's lawyer says that he does not believe that Aaron Hernandez would have ended his own life. And the lawyer went on to say that he thought they were making good progress on getting charges dropped for Aaron Hernandez. It does not seem like Chandler Jones's claims really add up here, but I think seeing him break down in tears like that made everybody very concerned because this guy just does not seem mentally well. After posting all this, Chandler Jones was in jail without access to his phone, without access to his social media accounts. And according to TMZ, when he was arrested, he did this peacefully. He was not resisting. And originally in the Clark County Record, it said that he was in trouble for domestic violence, violating this protective order. But now, according to Clark County Records, he has been released. He has paid the bail. He is no longer in the database. And it will be interesting to see how this all plays out, considering the fact that he's been making these allegations for 1 month at this point, and has at one point been hospitalized against his will, and now he's been arrested for domestic violence. And it's odd because he's single, and yes, he has done some weird things on social media, but he's shown no indication of hurting himself or someone else. And throughout his career, he's been one of the more upstanding players in the NFL, revered by so many, a mentor to many, somebody who was great talking to the media for organizations like the Patriots, the Cardinals, and the Raiders. And now after all of this, the whole NFL world is viewing Chandler Jones in a different light. Who knows what the absolute truth is, but we will figure it out one day, and we'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this Chandler Jones situation. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.